Hey, what's up, Patreon? Back again with another beat for the night. Working with another loop. This time I'm working with the thislandis loop. He sent me a pack of loops recently. I've been slowly but surely going through them. Really excited with what I've made with them so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and see what happens this time around. The loop he sent me is this. Love the mood of it. Very catchy, tons of energy. And this tempo is really interesting. Being a little bit faster, I think it'll bring some new ideas to the table. We'll see what happens with this. I don't want to speak too much before I do, but I think that this beat is so simple. Like, I don't know. I want to make this beat more simple because the loop itself is so strong. I don't want anything to get in the way of that. Let's see here. Gonna get a rough outline. Do some mixing of the loop. Make sure everything's balanced right. I feel like I could use some more. Let's see here. Some more compression, just to like sustain it a bit more. Make it a little less mono. Nice, I like that. Love that rhythm so much. You'll see me do this with a lot of my guitars. Is I'll do a multi-band compressor right on the low string, just to hit any peaks. Also, sometimes if there's a spike in the high end, I don't want to cut it out too much. I want to keep the characteristics of it, but that just kind of helps glue it in place and not be too distracting. There we go. That all sounds great together. Might do a little bit of like bus compression on it. Just like a hair. Once it loads. This is the SSL compressor. I got it recently, so I'm still figuring it out, but I really like it on more subtle things, just to like get more character than actual compression, if that makes sense. Just like a little bit of glue. Looking through some of the presets. As usual, mostly all drum stuff, but I love too that it has a mix knob on it now. I don't think it needs much EQ. Might do real subtly some velocity. The tremolator just saves me some time versus programming it all in. Do a ramp down. Yeah, versus straight like same velocity. That gives it so much more groove there. I love that. Now, because this is a little faster and like rock beat sounding, I want to try to add a little bit of like, let's see here, organic sounds to it. I don't want to fully use like a rock drum kit, but I don't love that sample actually. I'm gonna leave it as the clap. I'm gonna add this one in instead, maybe. Another one of my samples that I use to kind of liven things up. Yeah. Also, go ahead and do this real quick. I'm hearing an intro idea already. Let's see here. Just because I kind of had it soloed in. So this might be cool. little bit backwards this time around. Usually I'll flesh out like the whole hook and then move everything else around it. But if inspiration strikes and I get an idea, I want to see it to completion, you know? I've been really on a roll with making intros be very short or like non-existent. But I think this one could really benefit from a long, like drawn out one. Nice. All right, let's keep this simple. I'm gonna add open hat halfway through. Something simple like that. Cool. Now I'm going to... Okay, I'm changing the tempo of the project real quick, and that's because I have an idea of a loop that I want to drag in. All of these are from my loop kits. This one's from my newest one, and these two are from an older one, and they're all at 160 BPM. They're hi-hats, and then they're tambourine and shaker loops. So there we go. I just put them in the session at the BPM that they are set to, and then speed everything up. That way it time aligns. There we go. I've been adding just a hair of bit crush to them, just because it makes them thicker. It doesn't sound like bit crush, you know. Very quiet back there. I want the shaker especially to be more felt and heard. This one may or may not use, and if I do, I'm going to tuck it back more. First thing I'm going to do is use that same velocity trick just to kind of make it a little tighter. Versus, that's nice, that's a lot of energy, but that has more... this kind of has more groove to it. Makes you bob your head more. Probably have that come in the second half. Yeah, that's cool. That's like a rock groove, but with rap drums. Let's see here. And pretty sure that this 808 would be perfect for it. It's one for my kit. It's just a spins with a bunch of distortion and cool processing to it. It's just really big and juicy and fits for rock stuff great because it almost has some like bass guitar characteristics. Just gonna write the bass line real quick, then I'll work on mixing it in and getting the octave right. time through. Nice and simple. I'm going to check the EQ of this. There you go. Don't want any low end interference with my 808. Like that octave. Some of these could maybe go down, but I like it higher. Maybe second time through. Like follows the guitar that way. Could make this. Nah, I kind of like that low end just being hit once. Bum, bum, bum. Just leave it. I think that might be it. That's sick. Okay. The clipping going in. The L3 maximizer at the end. Do a little bit to this 808. It might be redundant because I've talked about this in a few videos, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'd like to add, depending on the 808, depending on the beat, a little bit of widening to it, just to like make it fit in the stereo field, because sometimes 808s are too mono and there's a lot of side information. But if you notice specifically, okay, so without and with, there's just a little more side information. And on microshift specifically, this focus knob, right, you can choose the frequency where it splits from mono to widening. And so me setting it around 90 hertz makes it so that the low end sub is still mono, and then the widening starts in the lows to the low mids, where it kind of can be like that without destroying the low end of the song. Just kind of, I feel like it glues the wide guitars and the mono bass together a bit more. kind of zooming in there. I need to back out a little bit. Sometimes I try my best to catch myself if I'm going too deep into a hole, which, like, sometimes it's fine. Sometimes you have an idea or something that needs to be done. But if I find myself focusing on one thing too long, I'll try to back out. Like, I don't think I'm done with the kick tone or with the 808, but I know that I need to take a break from it and try other things before I get too lost in it and lose context. I want to add a kick. What I'll do, instead of just programming the same thing, is I'll just copy and paste the same thing. Like, so, okay, so I don't have to program out all the kick notes. I'll just copy and paste the 808 pattern to the kick and turn off key tracking. That way, no matter what key I hit, it's the same sample. It's really hard. I'm loving how those drums are sounding. I'm gonna cut those low mids. That's a little unnecessary. So for both of these, actually, time to bring out best plugin ever. Some Soothe too, and I think some just like there we go. Because I want it to be, I would want it to be less harsh, but I don't want that. I don't want fixing the harshness to make it quieter in the mix, and that's one thing Soothe is great for. Because sometimes the trick, like the answer to fixing something that doesn't sound or that has too much of a frequency, would just be to turn it down. But then that can just make it be less audible in the mix, and you don't want that. Or it makes it less bright. Which this kind of does, but to a much more manageable extent. But then I can boost after the soothe goes in and bring some brightness back that's more even. There we go. Let's hear it from the very beginning. Drums are pretty much done. I'm going to add a riser and crash. I just want a little, this is kind of a darker beat, so I want just a little more brightness right on that impact of the hook. Perfect. That's good. Using this as a volume for the hat in a way. Just there, it was a little too quiet. All the drums except for the kick and the 808 in the bus, and I might do like slight bus compression just to like see if it can add some more energy. I don't know, because this is a more like rock based song that maybe processing the electronic drums like I would a drum kit would help. So I'm using this, it's a UAD distressor emulator plugin. Great, it's a great compressor. It has a lot of characteristics, like a lot of like character, a lot of good harmonics to it. You can really squash things and then use the mix knob to get some good parallel compression going on. Kind of similar to like an 1176, just with its own flavor. Honestly, no, I'm not feeling it for that. A lot of the samples don't react as well to like bus compression stuff as like a real kit would. Now that's better, I think. The only issue, I love the warmth that it gives it, but it is making it is kind of killing the dynamics and making the clap not hit as hard. So I might just dial it back as a mix. This might be one of those moments where I'm overthinking it too. I need to zoom out. So I've decided to take the clap out of that as well and just kind of leave the cymbals all going through that. Might seem unnecessary, but I don't know. A slight difference gives everything a little more warmth, a little more uniqueness to it. Let's save the session since we haven't yet.
Garden Avenue.
Nice longer intro. So it's more felt than heard. That's something I said a million times, but I think that it's true for a lot of elements of the song. Like, they're not meant to be the focus, they're just meant to support. And that being quiet just kind of brings more life to that section. Having a ring out here too. Let's see here. We're on a verse here. Okay. This is what I'm feeling for now. I'm gonna do one of these guys. No kick for the verses, save the kick for the hook. But then kind of drops out entirely there for a bit. Same with this layer. Save that for the hooks. Just the shaker there, I think. Take out that as well. First time I've used just straight two-step hats with no adjustments to it in a while. think that they should just cut like that. Then hook. This one will be a shorter song probably. No pre-chorus there. Riser here. Balance here a little bit. For the last hook, I'm not going to go straight from verse 2 into the hook. I'll make like 8 or 16 bar bridge. Just to kind of give some more interesting structure to it. Yeah, I think 8 bar bridge would be perfect. Enough time for the energy to go down a little bit, build some momentum, have a cool vocal section, make something new happen so it's not that repetitive. I'm gonna halftime a lot of these guitars. Maybe even do like some ambient layer where I chop some things up. Also, the more I'm listening to this, maybe 16 bars will be the move. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Second time through. I'm gonna halftime the hats. Also add some smoothing to it. Just to keep things interesting. May or may not use that, but I think that I'm gonna use a respace. I have one in my drum kit, but it's pretty much just a one shot of this patch that I made in Massive. Let's see here. Right there. Okay. I'm gonna move everything a tad. Just to get some sliding in. Some portamento. Oh no, actually that's... Let's see. distortion. Okay. I'm gonna make some kind of pad thing out of that. Just bounce it in place. Turn on flex time. Gonna reverse it. Quadruple it in length and maybe octave up. Little alter boy so I get some weird effects to it. There we go, that's what we want. Cut out the real high end stuff. And add some crystallizer to kind of give it a space, make it feel a little more natural. Not that this is a natural sound, but you get what I'm saying. There we go. I just want to make a cut in the mids. Just to make this feel like it's really wide in the background. Also bring that white noise downfall in again.
Garden Avenue.
I'm actually going to make a separate channel for this one. Make it quieter because I feel like that's too much. Also make it a little bit... There we go. It was just too upfront for this section. There we go. And I need a riser there just because I feel like the energy's a little too low. Alright, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to do a cut here. I don't know. I'm starting to zoom in too much on this section, so I need to step back and see how everything sounds in context. Just deciding what guitar should go here. I think that's it. Cool. All right. Zoom all the way back out. Listen to the beginning. All the way from the beginning.
Garden Avenue. Garden Avenue. Garden Avenue. Garden Avenue.
There we go. I really like this section now that I've listened to it with fresh ears. Yeah, that's sick. Really liking that. So, just a couple things I noticed that I'm going to go ahead and try and edit a little bit. This specifically, I kind of want to be entirely silent on the drop. That was the first thing. And the second thing, I'm gonna bounce that a second time to make it unique. I feel like the hooks could have something new melody-wise on the second half of it. There's a lot of drum progression, but the melody stays exactly the same. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I might do like a synth or something, but before I try any of that, I'm gonna see if I can make like a synth-ish sound from sampling this. So I take the same sound we had, make it 4 times as fast, maybe reverse it, Maybe. And add some tremolator to it, maybe. This part's a maybe, but it might be cool. Okay, let's see. Just gonna crank the gain up a bit. Pretty cool. I'm gonna compress it a bit just to make sure. I would like it to be just like squashed. Actually, no. Let's see how this one sounds. That's nice. That really brings it out front more. That's cool. That's sick. All right. Really adding a lot of sound design-y stuff here, but I like it. I think that this will help make that part cool. Now just copy and paste it at the second half of every hook. Maybe in the outro, I don't know. Nah, maybe halftime at the end of the outro. But that might be doing too much because the outro is already cool as is. No, I like that. Could even use that in some other sections. Yeah. Those work together because this is the file that came from. That's cool. Might even add that to the intro. It's a background piece, but it's cool. And honestly, with that, I think this beat's done. I'm gonna play it just for a little bit, make sure it still sounds good to me. And if it does, I'm gonna bounce it out. This one's been a lot of fun. On the outside, it's a pretty simple beat, but because it's simple, we definitely spent a lot of time like ironing out every part. Yeah, this one's a hit. I am so stoked on it. Awesome. I'm glad that you all got to watch me write that one. This is, I don't know. It's always a toss-up how a beat will turn out. So whenever I am making a beat on camera and it winds up being something that I'm really proud of, great feeling. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching this far. I hope that this was helpful to you all. I hope that you learned something, and if there's anything that I like went over too quickly or like didn't explain because I was like lost in thought and working on this, feel free to ask me. As usual, always responsive, always down to talk about anything that you're unsure of. Yeah, thanks for making it this far. Thanks for subscribing to the Patreon. Appreciate you all. I'm happy to get some more videos out for you all too. Feels good. Yeah, thanks so much. Peace out.